Hey everyone, welcome to Mitro Finance. Today we're going to talk about what has been happening in the financial world, especially Bitcoin and the US stock market over the last 1 to 2 days. This is a simple, clear breakdown, so even if you're new to finance, you'll understand everything easily. In the past 24 to 48 hours, both Bitcoin and the US markets showed some very interesting movements. Bitcoin pulled back slightly after failing to hold a key resistance level. It wasn't a panic drop, it wasn't a major crash, just a normal cool down after a strong run. On the other hand, the US stock market stayed mixed. Tech stocks showed small gains, while some large caps slowed down. Most of this cautious movement came from investors waiting for new economic updates and fresh signals from the Federal Reserve. Now let's talk about Bitcoin more closely. Even though there was a small pullback, Bitcoin is still in a strong long-term trend. Short-term volatility is high, but that's normal for Bitcoin. Right now, large players, whales, and institutional investors are the biggest drivers. When they buy aggressively, Bitcoin jumps fast. When they slow down, the market cools off. In the last 1 to 2 days, sentiment has stayed calm. No extreme fear, no extreme greed, just natural consolidation in a strong market. Something else interesting happened. Bitcoin and the stock market did not move in the same direction. This usually means investors are rotating between riskier assets like Bitcoin and safer positions in the stock market. When the S&P or NASDAQ slows down, investors watch carefully to see if Bitcoin can stay strong on its own. And this week, Bitcoin managed to hold steady, even when stocks were quiet. That's a positive sign for long-term holders. Another key factor in the last 48 hours was the US dollar index. The dollar has been slightly stronger. A stronger dollar usually puts pressure on Bitcoin because investors prefer safer, dollar-based assets. But despite the dollar gaining strength, Bitcoin didn't fall sharply. That means there is strong underlying demand and long-term confidence is still there. Institutional activity also remained neutral during this period. Bitcoin ETF inflows were neither very high nor very low. This kind of quiet ETF activity usually means big investors are waiting for the next big piece of economic news, something like inflation data or comments from the Federal Reserve. Whenever ETF inflows rise again, Bitcoin gets a strong push upward. So this calm period might just be the market resting before its next big move. Overall, the past 1 to 2 days show a market that's steady, cautious, and preparing for the next trend. Bitcoin is holding its ground, stocks are mixed but stable, and investors are watching the macro environment closely to decide their next move. If you want clear, simple updates like this every day, make